Hello my lovely people. Thought I would do a bit of a weekly vlog because again our plans changed because this one decided to do this to her foot. So yes, on Thursday she came in with quite a large chunk of her foot missing. My farrier is a legend and he came here within 3 hours. Took the shoe off, kind of like trimmed all the excess bits off, managed to get the shoe back on, only with 2 nails on that one side, whereas normally it would be 3, and then he's filled it with some kind of like what looks like Play-Doh. So basically my horse has putty in her foot, but the nails hadn't penetrated, they hadn't done anything bad luckily, but they'd bent over, and then of course she'd been walking around on it. So on Friday, the day after it happened, she was ever so slightly footy, so I cancelled my trip to the Gallops, which really sucks because I wanted to go with Jade, and actually it's ended up being a lazy weekend. So of course if you watched my last vlog, we had quite a stressful last 2 weeks and it really took its toll. So this weekend actually Dublin has had, she got lunged Thursday before it all happened. She's had Friday, Saturday and today off, and do you know what? So what? It's not going to affect her. She is fit, she is happy. Actually, let me show you. She is doing well on weight, although that angle and the way you're stood's not doing you many favours. But yeah, she's looking good. It's hard work with you, isn't it? Because you only have to look at grass and she puts on weight, and even now she's cross because her hay bar is empty, which does not please her. I've brought her in basically for a bit of a nap, because I have a new bit. It's not actually a new bit, it's just a replica of the bit we already have, but I basically bought a brand new one to put on my show bridle so that my show bridle is just a full complete bridle, and I'm not chopping and changing. So I thought this Sunday afternoon I would bring her in for a bit of a nap. It rained a lot last night and we all know she's a bit of a princess and she doesn't sleep very well when she lives out. So I'm gonna get groomed back, am I? So yeah, I like to bring her in for some little naps, but to be honest I just feel so run down, and she's hard work to hack out on her own. She jogs, she kind of has like tantrums, which is not great, I know. It's my own fault because when she started to get naughty again, I kept saying to myself, oh, but she's so old and it's nice that she feels good. But now it's a problem. So I don't mind hacking her out on her own, but when I'm feeling like this, I'm just not going to do it. So no, I've had a nice weekend of doing pretty much nothing. We mooched around some shops yesterday, Brad and I had a bit of a date day, and then this morning I came down and fed. And then we've been at home. We've just done a few jobs at home, like housework, very boring. I cleaned out my freezer, who am I? And now Brad's watching the Formula 1 and I thought, you know what, I'm going to come down, give you a pamper and some fuss and some love, put your new bridle together and basically update you guys. So I'm going to get you a small snack, a small one, whilst I do my bridle. Right, okay, so, bit police, don't come at me, but Dublin actually competes in a Waterford Tom Thumb. Now, I know it's technically quite a strong bit, but this is a girl who likes to lean. Like, I always joke and say that she always really wants you to hold her hand. I'm really sorry about this lighting as well. My trailer is giving off quite a bright thing, but there's nowhere else to put you. But anyway, she is a girl who likes to lean on you. She likes you to hold her hand, and of course it's heavy and it makes her look heavy. So when I was doing my working hunters, I was always jumping her in a Waterford Tom Thumb, because then basically you can leave her mouth alone and she goes really light in it and you don't have to touch her. I just needed the curb when I needed to pull her up before the end of our gallop. But jumping and things like that, she just went like a dream. And then in the flat classes, I was doing what kind of everyone does. She can't have a double bridle because actually she has a massive tongue. So when I had her fitted, they were like, she can't do a bradoon and a pelham, it's too much. So she just did pelham with the 2 reins, but she never ever liked them. She always went like crap. And I was like, why does she go so much better in the the workers, and I thought it was a one rein thing, but it's not. Basically, one of my friends who is an instructor and does all the side saddle and things like that, she is lovely. She's Tanya. I'll put her handle here actually because she's an incredible instructor. She said that she did hers in the Waterford Tom Thumb with the 2 reins on each one, so I can ride it like a snaffle, and then I've got my curb when I want my curb. And it works amazingly. So when I go off to like fun rides and do things with other people, I take her in this with the 1 rein, but showing her, I've been using 2 and it's been perfection. Although she's getting stronger because she's just a bit of a madam. But anyway, it's a story for another day. Anyway, I kept taking the one I've had for, my God, 10 years, 2015, 9 years. I took that and I've put it on like her fast bridle, I call it, which is like if I go out with other people, fun rides, beach and things like that. And I've bought basically a replica so that it is all shiny and new, and it means that it's easier to keep clean, I guess. And then I've just got one on my show bridle. So I have her in the plaited brow band. This is her age disc, which I can compete in all the time. And then she has the larger nose band. And this bridle, as you can see, I like to keep immaculate. So yeah, I've basically just bought a replica. And then I wonder why I never have any spare money, because I'm too lazy to change and clean my bits, which is basically the short version of that story, which just took me, I don't know, what, 3 minutes to explain? Just did the dirty on me and did not record me actually putting that together. So anyway, let me put you here. My trailer has become such a mess. I've got pot noodles from when I was working in here in the week. Anyway, that is the bridle all done. Yeah, so look how shiny my noseband is. Even I'm really impressed with that. Anyway, I now have a nice show bridle, so I need to tie this trailer quickly. I totally forgot. The thing with these Tom Thumbs is they don't come with curbs. So my other one, I took the curb chain from my Pelham, and it came with the clips, whereas I had to go and buy a curb rein with these little clips. So this is a brand new one, £5. So really, really good. I bought it at the Stafford show when I went. But yeah, I need to, I think, go back outside and work out what way around this all goes. I think what I need to do now is actually get a pair of like pliers or something, because I need to clamp that one shut and that one so that the curb doesn't fall off of that side. And then that one there needs clamping. So I don't think I've got anything. Brad has though. Brad will. That means I can't do it today, but it's fine. I will try and remember to bring that down tomorrow. But yeah, that's what you can do. I just put the curb on there so that I'm not ripping her back teeth out, basically. Why is she facing the wall like she's naughty? So weird. I don't know if this is genius or not. I don't have like a bridal bag or anything, because I don't put them away. I never put them in bridal bags. I'm rubbish. So I just like hang it on a hanger, and normally I hang it on my jacket, which is ridiculous because that's gonna make my jacket dirty. So I was like, oh, I'll hang it in front of this one and like undo it. I then thought, well, why don't I just do the jacket up over the bridle? So yeah, this is my new bridal bag. I mean, it doesn't even really stick out the bottom, so genius. Anyway, it's the UK, which means it's July 8th and it's freezing cold. So I'm gonna just give Dublin a brush and basically put her back out and continue to be a couch potato for the rest of my Sunday. Good morning. It is now Monday. It's before work. It's one of my before work rides. She's just having her breakfast, so of course she will just chill now for a little bit while that goes down. But rookie error, my lovely chilled weekend, my brain has not engaged. Brad's car was blocking my car in, so because he's working from home today, I just took his car. His car doesn't have a main gate key, so I can't get out for a hack. So frustrating, because that's exactly how I wanted to start my day, because I think it's the only day of sun that we have. So I'm going to be lunging. It's annoying, so I'll just have to do a gentle lunge session instead. Oh, the joys. So we are off to do some lunging. I have set out some walk poles because, of course, Dublin has had 3 days off. I don't really want her to be doing a hard lunge session, so I have just set out some walk poles. Come on, Greedy! Set out some walk poles. They are there, if you can see them, and that's what we're going to do because it's sunny, so I feel like we need to do something. That is actually very difficult to film when they're only in walk, so to try and keep on a straight line, I'm going to catch up with you guys in a minute. Okay, so the temperature recently has been like no higher than 10 degrees, which is rubbish for June. It's been really cold, it's been really wet, they've been in rugs. She's been in a 50-gram rug overnight sometimes, and because it's now all of a sudden going to shoot up to 21 today, I have given her a little bit of the Premier Performance hydration mash after I've lunged her, because the heat really plays a big part on her, and she was just that little bit extra sluggish lunging. So I thought it's going to be a really hot day in terms of what they've been used to recently. So yeah, she's going to have a little bit of hydration mash just to set her up for the day, just because I spoil her. Hello. You look ridiculous, but I cover like her legs and her bellies and stuff in talcum powder because it's a really good fly repellent, because I don't like the idea of her stamping her feet on this hard ground. The farrier also said that's probably why like some of her foot has broken away, because she's just stamping the flies. So yeah, she's all covered, and then she's got some I put flea stuff in her ears because she gets the really bad flies in her ears, but she absolutely hates wearing a mask, and because they have been stuck in rugs and it's been cold and horrible, I really wanted for her just to have a naked day, just to go and enjoy yourself, hey? Go and do some sunbathing and enjoy not having a rug on for a bit. I'm even going to risk you bleaching in the sun so that you don't have to wear a fly mask. Hey? Okay. See you later. Good morning. It is Tuesday and it is pouring. It started raining yesterday at 9 o'clock and it hammered it down all night. I didn't sleep very well because I just knew they were out, and I know they're horses, but I pander, okay? I pander to them. I checked them on the camera and they were, and when I say they, it's because I look at him as well, and I look after him in the mornings. They were under the tree. So he had a rain sheet with a waterproof thing on, and she had a rain sheet on, but they looked miserable. And then I looked at the weather today and it's stopping for like 2 hours and then it's just hammering it down again. So in the middle of June, we're having a duvet day. So it's 21 degrees today, so I have taken both rugs off, and they're in the wash bay drying. Now I know rugs will dry better when they're on, but it's gonna be 21 degrees and they're inside. Despite it raining, it's really warm. So yeah, they're not cold, they're just wet and miserable. So I'm being a bit of a softie, and I brought them in and they've got some haylage and their breakfasts, and which they've obviously had, and they can just stay in. The beauty is, if I want to come up the yard about 2-3 o'clock and work from the trailer or something, I can. If the weather gets better, I can come put them out, etc. So yeah, they are in and I am going to go home. Now the plan this morning was to ride before work, but not only was it absolutely pouring, I also went to the gym for the first time in 6 years yesterday. These aren't working. They don't work anymore, so we're not riding this morning, and then it's going to absolutely pound it down with rain this afternoon. So I think this is going to have to be a really short vlog. Next week's a bit more exciting because we've got to get ready for our stay away and stuff like that. But I think for now, I will say goodbye and see you next week. Thanks, guys. Bye.